Hi, and welcome back to the Program Your Destiny course. This is lesson 18, the final lesson. We've already talked about deprogramming your pain bodies to get access to your social identity. Well, what comes with that social identity is an intrinsic gender for male for the male, female for the female, as well as the necessary gender phenomena, which we're going to be talking about here. So when you unlock your hyperheterosexual polarity is what we're going to be doing when we get access to our social identity, and strengthening that social identity, in fact, strengthens our hyperheterosexuality. And that unlocks the ability to get access to a natural nature utopia, which is what we're going to be talking about here. So the human blueprint designed for polarity. Human beings are intrinsically social creatures designed to thrive in connection, identity, and polarity. Societal conditioning and imposed artificial pain bodies have suppressed our intrinsic natural nature, disconnecting us from our true selves. And at the core of human potential is really what we deprogram the pain bodies, unlock our social identity. We also unlock our natural gender expression, which is hyperheterosexual polarity. This hyperheterosexual polarity is the deepest essence of the masculine and feminine identity, revealing the raw, unfiltered sexual and social dynamic that fuels human experience. So we're defining hyperheterosexual polarity for men. It's stepping into their role as a hyperheterosexual male, where his essence is rooted in an intrinsic lust for heterosexual ejaculation, both at the level of his consciousness and at the level of his body, that expresses in the form of a natural urge to dominate the feminine or female. And for women, it's embracing her role as a hyperheterosexual female, where the deepest being is shaped by her intrinsic lust for male cum and the desire to be penetrated at the level of her consciousness and at the level of her body. So the social identity of gender, the intrinsic expression of the male and female sexuality, is not artificial. It's the very foundation of this human polarity. And the suppression of these truths had led to the dysfunction in relationships, breakdown in social cohesion, dilution of authentic human experience. And when a male disconnects from his hyperheterosexual state, he loses his dominance, his drive, and his ability to lead. When a female disconnects from her hyperheterosexual state, she loses her ability to surrender, receptivity, and experience deep love. So what we're ultimately doing is we're unlocking that young as well as adult true love between the masculine and feminine, which is the alpha couple, and that is your natural nature destiny. So the process is not just about pleasure, it's about restoring natural justice and balance of the human interaction. In optimized state, the hyperheterosexual male and female come together in a dynamic of attraction, dominance, submission, and ecstasy. And the alignment is the highest realization of our biological, physiological, psychological, and spiritual selves. So when we deprogram the pain bodies and return to polarity, this means getting rid of the pain bodies that seek to suppress the dominance and sexual drive that lead to weakness and disconnection and directionless in the male. And for female, it's conditioned to suppress receptivity and sexual desire, leading to rigidity, detachment, and unfulfillment. And deprogramming process includes breaking free from guilt and shame associated with our natural nature and drives, rewiring the neuroassociation to essentially associate pleasure with these natural drives, and ultimately activating polarity through lifestyle and social identity, masculine and femininity enhancing behaviors. So the utopian reality of the hyperheterosexual social identity, when polarity is unlocked at the individual level, it extends to the social fabric where the male and female energy exist in natural harmony. And this is not an abstract concept. This is a real lived experience by myself and others, and embrace their true nature. And the world is defined by deep, unbreakable attraction and relationships, organic gender roles that support natural balance, and human connection that is raw, authentic, and free from artificial constructs such as pain bodies. In this foundation of natural justice, when a male fully embodies his hyperheterosexual self and a female fully embodies her hyperheterosexual female nature, true love flourishes, desire is ever present, and life is full alignment with the natural laws of attraction and social harmony. So ultimately, this is the path to true human potential in your natural nature destiny, that utopia of coming together. And I hope you guys enjoy it. It's going to be a blast.